Life is a time pass, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो थारी राय सो मारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you live at zero complaint level, मौज में रहो, be happy.
Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. In the analysis of our life, we were told that one personality is waker after identification with the gross body, second is the dreamer, and third is the deep sleeper. The whole principle was explained through one example. Like a big fish, he moves from one bank of the river to the other bank of the river. In the same manner, this Jiva. So who is the Jiva? Jiva is Brahman conditioned or expressing through the subtle body is the Jiva, the embodied is the Jiva. So this embodied Jiva goes to the gross body identification and Bahirmukhaha, Bahishpradnyaha, and he is engaged in experiencing the he is busy in experiencing the waking world, and then he gets tired of that, then he goes to the other bank of the river, the deep sleep. So like a fish moving from one corner to another corner, one bank to another bank, in the same manner, the embodied Jiva is sometime going to the waking and becoming the waker, sometime going to the other side and become the deep sleeper. This was the story. Now here we have to understand certain thing basically. Now why this dreamer, the Jiva wants to go to sleep? Here example is given in 32nd mantra, which we have already seen. It is said, Salile eko drashta dvaitaha bhavati esha brahmalokaha samrad iti hayenam anushashasa Yagyavalkya. So Yagyavalkya thus instructed this king Janaka that in the deep sleep, this Jiva goes back to the Brahmaloka, and this is the ultimate, and therefore Esha Paramagati Asya Sampadeshaha Asya Paramalokaha. So this is the ultimate that we all are seeking, our Brahmaloka. And it is Parama Ananda. See? Etasya Anandasya Anyani Bhutani Matram Upajivanti. And this Brahmananda is the ultimate, and all other beings are only experiencing a fraction of this Brahmananda in various stages of life. Now, what are those? This is what we have seen in the 33rd mantra. Yesterday we saw that Sayo Manushyanam Radha Samruddho Bhavati Esha Anyam Adhipati Sarvai Manushya Bhogaihi Sampanna Tamaha स मनुष्याणां परम आनंद अथ एष तम मनुष्याणाम आनंद स एक पितॄणां जितलोकलोकानाम आनंद यथ अथ एष तम पितॄणां जितलोकानाम आनंद स एको गंधर्वलोक आनंद अथ एष तम गंधर्वलोक आनंद स एक कर्मदेवानाम आनंद ये कर्मणा देवत्वम अभिसंपद्यते अथ एष तम कर्मदेवानाम आनंद स एक आजानदेवा आनंद यस्य श्रोत्रिय अवृजिन अकामहतः ये शतम आजान देवानाम आनंदः स एक प्रजापति लोक आनंदः यस्य श्रोत्रिय अवृजिन अकामहतः अथ ये शतम प्रति प्रजापति लोक आनंदः स एको ब्रह्मलोक आनंदः यस्य श्रोत्रिया अवृजिनः अकामहतः अथ एष एव परम आनंदः एष ब्रह्मलोकः सम्राट इति होवाच याज्ञवल्क्यः सोहम भगवते सहस्रं ददामि अत ऊर्ध्वं विमोक्षाय ब्रूहि इति अत्र याज्ञवल्क्य विभयांचकार मेधावी राजा सर्वेभ्यो मान्तेभ्यः उदरात् सौदीति. This is the mantra. So what we have to understand, the mantra looks very big, but it is meant for giving us understanding. See, this understanding should be very clear. This same topic, similar way, comes in Taittiriya Upanishad. See, Shrotriyasya cha akamatasya, Shrotriyasya cha akamatasya, two things. Therefore, all the spiritual practice is only one. Get freedom from desires. Desire-free existence is God realization. Now, it cannot be simpler than this. Therefore, we are told here, yaha kaschit manusyanam madhye radha samsiddha avikalaha samagravayah. Now I will just go directly. Among the human beings, somebody is very perfect and without any health problem, and he is very rich and he has got everything and he is the king of the whole universe, and in this manner he is independent, he is not controlled by anybody. Such a person, what will be his ananda? His ananda is, example, one unit of human ananda. We can't even think of it. See, ruling the whole world, health, no issue, no enemies, and all the bhoga samagri is fully available, nobody to control or rule over him. That experience is called as human ananda. See, thereafter, manushyanam paramanandaha. Now, tatra आनंदिनोः अभेदः निर्देशनार्थम अंतरम भूतत्वम इति एतत्. Now why this is told? Just to tell, in the deep sleep what is our experience? Where the experiencer anandinaha and the experiencer of the self, that is the ananda. So experience and experiencer, they are not two. See? Therefore we told 100 times, be happy. Don't become happy. What we are all doing in our life, we are trying to become happy. You cannot become happy because that happiness is conditioned under n number of conditions. Therefore, this is the Manushyanam Anandaha. Now, Paramananda se eva iyam vishayakya matram prasruteti yuktam. And therefore, all others are only having the glimpses of this absolute bliss that we are essentially. Now, drushtam manusyanandam adi krutva shatagunottara kramena unniya paramananda yatra bhedo nivartate tam adhigamayati. Now, from here onward, 100 times more, 100 times more in this manner, more and more Ananda is brought to our knowledge so that we can get some kind of understanding. No, atra ayam ananda shata gunottara uttarottara kramena vardhamanaha yatra vriddhi kashtam anubhavati, and thus one attained vriddhi kashtam, the ultimate bliss, parakashta anubhavati yatra ganita bhedo nivartate, where you cannot measure, that means it is infinite bliss. See? गणित भेदो निवर्तते अन्य दर्शन श्रवण मनन अभावात् तम परमानंदम. And therefore, this is the Paramananda, where there is nothing to do, nowhere to go, nothing to gain, nothing to lose, just being. This is the Paramananda. Now, अथये मनुष्याणाम एवं प्रकारा शतमानंद भेदः स एक पितृणाम. So 100 times the ananda of the human being, as given the example here, 100 times is the ananda of the pitrunam, the pitruloka. They are also called as jitalokanam. And now what is this? This is shraddha karmanibihi pitrun toshayitva tena karmana jito lokaha. So when the shraddha etc. is done of our departed people, then we are received in the pitruloka or the jitaloka. And there also the happiness is very good, 100 times more than the happiness of the human being. Tesham pitrunam jitalokanam manushananda shataguni kruta parimana eva anando bhavati. Now this is kind of quantifying the ananda, which is not possible. Sopi shataguni kruto gandharvaloke eka anando bhavati. So 100 times the jitaloka, pitruloka ananda is the Gandharvaloka Ananda. Then Shataguni Kruta Karma Devanam Eka Ananda. Then 100 times the Gandharvaloka Ananda is the Karma Deva Ananda. Now who is the Karma Deva? Agnihotradibihi Shrauta Karmanacha Devatvam Prapnuvanti Te Karma Devaha. Those who have done the Agnihotra Karma Kanda, they become and they go to the Karma Deva Sthiti. So that is that happiness. अथ आजान देवानाम एकः आनंदः आजानतः ये उत्पत्तितः एव ये देवा ते आजान देवाः. And 100 times of the karma devas ananda is the ananda of the ajana deva, those who are born with all the divine qualities. You have seen there are many great Mahatmas, they are born with all divine qualities. They are not seen doing any sadhana right from childhood. All the divine qualities happen in them. They are called as Ajana Deva. Yatra, now after having come to this, then Yasya Shrotriya Adhita Vedaha Avrujinaha Vrujinam Papam Tat Rahitaha Yathokta Kari Ityarthaha Akamahataha Vita Trishna Ajana Devabhya Sarv Devibhya Arvagyavantaha Vishayastu Te Vishaya तेषु तस्य च एव भूतस्य आजान देवैः समान आनंदा इति एवत् इति एतद्वान् कृष्यते च शब्दात्. Now what is meant over here is 100 times the ananda of this ajana deva is the ananda experienced by now the shrotriya adhita vedaha. See, tad vijnanatham gurumevami gache shrotriyam brahmanishtham. See, Shrotriya means Adhita Vedaha. Those who have studied the Veda, Upanishad, Smriti, Shruti, Grantha. Therefore, Tad Vijnanatham Gurumeva Vigachet Samipani Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. Our life is not only leading in this world, getting something, protecting and getting lost. It will continue. Get out of it. We are studying Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Therefore, the Shrotri Adhita Vedaha. Then Avrujinaha, Vrujinam Papam, Tad Rahitaha, Yathokta Kari Ityarthaha. So he who has lived his life according to the Dharma Shastra, whatever is to be done is done perfectly. There are no regrets left in the life. See friends, many of us suffer in the old age because of the regrets. What should not have been done that we have done, and what should have been done we have avoided. And now in the old age we realize our mistake and we regret only. Therefore, yathokta kari ityarthaha, then akamahataha vita trishnaha. and he is free from desires. No desires. So three qualities. One is Shrotriya, then Avrujinaha, and the Akamahataha. When these three qualities are fully in a person, he has gone beyond the Ajana Deva. See? Now those Ajana Devas who have got all the siddhis right from the birth, so they are busy in blessing and cursing the world. See? Then they get help somebody or trouble somebody. But here, the wise man walking the spiritual path has nothing to do, nowhere to go. Like the flower does not give fragrance, it has fragrance. If others are benefited, wonderful. If not benefited, equally wonderful. We have to ourselves understand this. Nobody can do it for us. See? Therefore, it is our necessity that we are able to practice this. We have to do it. Nobody can do it for us. So, Vrijanam Yatukta Akamahataha, then that is the Shrotriya Brahmanishta. Then Ajana Devebhyo Vagyavantaha Vishayasteshu Tasya Cha Eva Bhutasya Ajana Devai Samana Ananda Iti Eva Uchate. Okay. No Tacha Shadguni Kruta Parimana Prajapati Loke Anando Virata Darshane. Then 100 times more is the Ananda of the Virata. See, Prajapati Loka is what? Is the Virata, the identification with the totality. See? The whole world is me. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. That happiness is the Virat Sharira, Prajapati Anandaha. Tatha Tad Vijnanavan Shrotriya Adhita Veda Cha Avrujinaha Iti Purvavat. Similarly, this all Ananda of the Prajapati is already with the wise man who has no regrets in the life and he is free from all the desires. Tacha Shataguna Gunikruta Parimana Eva Ananda Brahmaloke Hiranya Garbhatmani. So in the Hiranya Garbhasthiti, the Ananda is so much, 100 times more than the earlier one. Then Ataha Param Ganita Nivrittihi. See? Yascha Ityadi Purvavad. Ataha Param Ganita Nivrittihi. Esha Parama Ananda Ityuktaha. Therefore, after we go beyond the Hiranya Garbha, now be attentive. The Virata Purusha is Vaishvanara and the individual is Vishwa. In our Mandukya Upanishad, we are saying in the evening class. So they are one and the same. Similarly, the Hiranyagarbha and the Taijasa. Taijasa is the individual personality, what we call as the waker or other dreamer or the jiva. And the Hiranyagarbha is the total, Brahmaji. And then last thing comes the Anandamaya Kosha, where the Prajna is abiding, and the Maya, where the Ishvara is living. So here it is said, Ataha Param Ganita Nivrittihi Esha Parama Ananda Ityuktaha Yasya Cha Paramanandasya Brahmalokadhyanandaha Matra Udate Iva Viprushaha. See? Therefore, this Brahmananda alone is shared in fractions by all the whole creation. See? Because the Brahmananda is infinite. Evam Shataguno Gunottara Vruddha Mupeta Ananda Yatre Kanta Bhavati Yasya Shrotriya Prati Pratyaksho Atha Esha Eva Sampradhad Rakshana Parama Anandaha. Now this ultimate bliss is distinctly experienced by the Shrotriya because he has the clear understanding. Sense objects cannot influence the sense organs. Sense organs cannot influence the mind. The likes and dislikes of the mind cannot influence the viveka, discrimination, the Vijnanamaya Kosha. Vijnanamaya Kosha is absorbed in the Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha goes back to the Ishvara. Ishvara is nothing but the Mayopadhi Ishvaraha. Mayopadhi Brahma is Ishvara. In this manner, slowly we start migrating from our periphery to the center. This is the meaning of this whole program. And it is infinite. Therefore, it is एवं शत गुणोत्तरतर वृद्धि उपेता आनंदा यत्र एकताम yanti. So all these infinite happinesses that we are talking, they become one here. Yasya shrotriya apratyksha atha esha sa samprasada lakshanaha paramanandaha. This ananda is directly experienced by the shrotriya and akamahataha. Tatra he na anyat pashyati na anyat shrunoti ata bhumaha. Because in that experience there is no sense of otherness, no sense of otherness to interact with. So is it not our experience in the deep sleep? Therefore, the topic of this particular thing is only to bring to our cognition that the deep sleep is a trailer of Brahmananda. See, friends. Therefore, it's not, it is a Brahmananda, so let me sleep all the time. No, because it is Ekadeshi, it is not all the time. अथ अत्र च श्रोत्रियत्व अवृजिनत्वे तुल्ये अकामहतत्व कृतः विशेष आनंदशत गुण वृद्धि हेतुः. Now why this was told? Just to bring to our knowledge that the Shrotriyatva, studied scriptures, Nishpapatva, we have done all our duties required, and Akamahata, no more desires. Therefore, this happiness is infinite. In this manner, Atra etani sadhanani shrotriyatva. So, atra etani sadhanani shrotriyatva avrijinatva akamhatatvani tasya anandasya praptau arthad abhihitani. Therefore, what should be the spiritual practice now? See, if you want to attain Brahmananda, kurute ganga sagar gamanam vrata paripalanam atha dhanam, no. These two things, three things. First is Shrotriya. Study of scriptures must make an important agenda of our day every day. Then our knowledge remains fresh. Tat chintanam, tat kathanam, anyonyam, tat prabodhanam, etad eka paratvam cha brahmabhyasa vidurbudaha. This is one. There is no other way. See, Shrotriya. Then avrujinatvam, we must lead a responsible life. Whatever we are obliged to live in this world, all the people around us, we have to serve them. So the best way to fulfill our obligation in our life is this. We have to serve the world, society, idlers, everybody. Service is the highest spiritual practice. See? Shrotriya, then avrujinam. And the third is the akamahata. Let us not lead our life for fulfilling our desires, but our life must be, we rise above the desires. That is important. See? In this manner, so तथा तत्र च श्रोत्रियत्व अवृजिनत्व रक्षणे कर्मणि अधर भूमिषु अपि समाने इति न उत्तरानंद प्राप्ति साधने अभ्युवेते. So in the earlier things, that is the Manusha Anandaha and the Gandharva Anandaha, then Karma Devanam Anandaha, then Ajana Devanam Anandaha, and then Brahaspati Anandaha, all these various kinds of Ananda, they are having the common thing, Shrotriyatva and Avrujinatva. Study of scriptures and leading the proper life is common. But for the ultimate Brahmananda, additional factor is akamaha tattva. Desire should not be the criteria or the promptings in our life. Fulfillment of desires is not spiritual life. Now you will see how much we spend our time in going to the temples, to the Mahatmas, to the Samadhis, for what? Only for fulfilling our desires. I want this, I want that, I want this. There is no end to that. See? Therefore, समाने इति च उत्तरानंद प्राप्ति साधन अभिपेते अकामः तत्वं तु वैराग्य तारतम्याभ्याम उत्तरोत्तर भूम्याम भूमि आनंद प्राप्ति साधनम इति अवगम्यते. Therefore, akamah tattvam is the special quality, special spiritual practice for the ultimate. Sa esha parama anandaha vitrushna shrotriya pratyaksha adhigataha. So this Brahmananda is attained by Shrotriya who has studied the scriptures, then Avrajinaha who has fulfilled his duties, and Akamahataha free from all the desire. Tachacha Vedam Vyasa Yaccha Kama Sukham Loke Yaccha Divyam Mahat Sukham Tat Trushna Kshaya Sukhasyeti Narhata Shodashi Kalam. And for all the happiness that we gain through the various kind of activity, fulfillment of desire, etc., that cannot be even compared with the happiness of desirelessness existence. See? Trishna Kshaya Sukhasya Ete, where there is zero desires. The all other happinesses, they are na arhata shodashim kalam. They are not even 1/16. It is so infinite bliss. Esha brahmalokaha he samradam iti hovacha Yagyavalkyaha. Therefore, Yagyavalkya told ultimately to Janak Raja, ki, hey Janaka, this is called the Brahmalok. So, aham evam anushishtaha bhagavate tubhyam sahasram dadami gavam. So, when this was told, immediately our Janak Raja said, sir, I am thank you, you have really blessed me with so many things, therefore I give you Gurukshana. Again 1,000 cows are given to him. Ata urdhvam vimokshaya eva bruhiti vakyami tada. Now he doesn't keep quiet. He said, yes, I have understood clearly, but now ata vimokshaya eva bruhiti. Now, how do we apply this in our life so that we are liberated? Now I am clear what is the Brahmananda. I am clear. That means what? I want such a sleep wherein I am awake in this world, yet I am sleeping. This is how that particular shloka from Bhagavad Gita, I very much like it. या निशा सर्वभूतानां तस्याम जागृति संयमी यस्याम जागृति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो मुने. All the Siddha Purushas are living in that mode. अत्र हि विमोक्षाय इति एतस्मिन् वाक्ये याज्ञवल्क्यः विभयांचकार भीतवान्. When again this Janak Raja told Yajnavalkya ji, please tell me what is the moksha sadhana. Therefore, the Yajnavalkya got frightened. Oh God, this fellow is again asking more and more questions. See, Yajnavalkya se bhaya karana mahashruti. So why Yajnavalkya became afraid? Shruti Mata says, na Yajnavalkya vaktrutva samarthya abhavan bhitavan ajnanatva. See, Yajnavalkya was not afraid because he could not tell nor he had the experience of that. Kim tarhi, then why? Medhavi Raja sarvebhyo mam antavebhya prashna nirnayaya avasanebhya udarotsi avrunoti avarodham krutva ityartha. See, that this Raja is really very intelligent. He is asking me such questions that unless I come to the final conclusion, he has held me here. Therefore, for the attainment of the liberation, yad yanmaya nirnitam prashna rupam vimokshartham tat tadeka deshat त्वेन कामप्रश्नस्य गृहीत्वा पुनर्पुनर्मा परि अनुयुक्तः एव मेधावित्वात् इति. Now when this was said, that this Raja, this king is so intelligent because he has recognized this complete topic ekadesha rupena, that he has understood perfectly, there is no doubt about him. Then with reference to the desire, so he has the desire to get all my knowledge, and therefore he is asking me to tell, so that my experience he wants to get. And therefore, now the Bhagavan Shankara says, Atra Vijnanamaya Sarva Jyotisha Atma Swapne Pradarshita. I also told you right in the beginning, Vijnanamaya Atma Swayam Jyotish. Remember the topic? Yagyavalkya was asked, what are the Jyoti which illuminate the experiences of life? So we are told the sun, the moon, the mind, the fire, and the speech, 5 of them. And then we were told that the Vijnanamaya is Swayam Jyotir Atma Swapne Pradarshitaha. The Vijnanamaya is the Swayam Jyoti and is told in the Swapna. The Swapna Anubuddhanta Samcharena Karyakarana Vyatirikta. And then when he enters the deep sleep, he is free from the impact of the cause and effect. So, Kama Karma Praviveka cha Asangatayaha Mahamatsya Drishtantena Pradarshitaha. Therefore, in the deep sleep, what was the experience? What is our experience? Is Kama Karma Praviveka cha Asangatayaha. So, there is no desire, there is no karma, no nothing in the deep sleep. We were told with the example of the Matsya, the fish. Punahascha avidya karyam swapna eva granti eva ityadina pradarshitam. And then it was told that the dream and waking etc. is the effect of the avidya, ignorance. Artha avidyayaha sattatvam nirdharitam. Therefore, should we say that avidya is real and that is the meaning of the avidya? Therefore, atad dharmadhya rupa rupena the rupatvam anatma dharmatvam cha. Therefore, we have to tell very clearly, avidya is not the atma dharma. It is not our essential nature. Then tatha vidyayasya karyam pradarsham sarvatma bhavaha swapna eva pratyakshata. Thereafter, I am everything. Sarvosmi iti manyate soyam asya paramo lokaha. This was seen. Thereafter, such a sarvatma bhavaha svabhavo asya evam avidya kama karmadi sarva samsara dharma sambandhatitam rupam matsya rupam asya sakshat sushupte gruyate iti etat vidyapitam. And then sarvatma bhava, oneness with the totality, was established in the deep sleep. Thereafter, Swayam Jyotir Atma Esha Parama Anandaha. And then this self-illumined Atma is the supreme bliss, and Esha Vidyayaha Vishayaha. And this is the topic of the knowledge, Vidya. Sa Esha Parama Prasadaha Sukhasya Cha Parakashta. Therefore, the Samprasada, the deep sleep, is the ultimate happiness that we have understood in our day-to-day life. Iti etadeva antena granthena vakkyatam. So up to here, this was told, whatever subject we have studied till time. See, friend. So, Vijnanamaya Kosha, the Kshetrajna, or the Jiva, whatever word you take, goes to waking after body identification, gets tired, comes back to dream, goes back to deep sleep. There he is experiencing bliss. But again, because of the earlier habit, again he goes to the dream, again he goes to the waking. And in this manner it goes on. Therefore, we are all seeking Brahmananda, and we know only the deep sleep Ananda. Therefore, how do we attain that? So, स पराकाष्ठा इति व्याख्यानं तच्च एतत् सर्वं विमोक्षपदार्थस्य दृष्टान्तभूतं बन्धनस्य च एते मोक्षबन्धने सहेतुके सम्प्रपञ्चे निर्दिष्टे विद्या अविद्याकारे तत्सर्वं दृष्टान्तभूतमेव इति तद्दृष्टान्तनिकस्थानीये मोक्षबन्धने स्वहेतुके कामप्रश्नार्थं भूते त्वया वक्तव्ये इति पुनः पर्यनुक्ते जनकः अत ऊर्ध्वं विमुक्षाय इति ब्रूहीति. So, sir, you have told us very clearly with this example. Now we are very clear about this. We have no doubt about it. Now we know the cause of the bondage and also the cause of the liberation. Therefore, now I want to know the liberation. Tatra महामत्स्यवत् स्वप्न बुद्धांतो असंगः संचरते ईशा आत्मा स्वयं ज्योति इत्युक्तम्. Now what was said, the jiva is asanga. He is coming in the waking, going through good and bad experiences, but again he gives back the waking. He doesn't hold on to that. Then he goes to sleep. So in the sleep also he remains and enjoys. That also gives. Again he comes back to the waking. And in this manner it is going. यथा च असौ कार्यकरणानि मृत्युरूपाणि परित्यजन् उपाददानश्च महावत्स्यवत् स्वप्नबुद्धान्ता पुरसञ्चरति तथा जायमानो म्रियमाणश्च एतैः एव मृत्युरूपैः संयुज्यते वियुज्यते च. Now this from here we take the next topic. So the jiva is thus going from the waking to the deep sleep to the waking, in between the dream. See, it is continuously happening. Now, here the teacher says that this is happening only in the life. No, this continues to happen even after the body is dropped. Therefore, tatha jayamanah mriyamanascha etaihi eva mrityurupaihi. In the same man, the jiva is again born and he gets identified with the other body, he is born. And again that body dies, he dies. That means the body dies. Then he comes out of that body and then again he gets identified with the other body, he is again born. In this manner, उभौ लोको अनुसंचरति इति संचरणं स्वप्न बुद्धांत अनुसंचरस्य दार्ष्टानिकत्वेन सूचितम्. So like the example of the fish, like this jiva, the vijnanamaya kosha goes from one end to another within the waking life, in this very life. Similarly, after the body is becoming meaningless, then he drops the body and enters the other body. This is how the jiva's life is told. Tadi vistarena sanimittam samcharanam vaktavyam varnayitavyam iti tadartho ayam arambha. Now, from here, how the life continues after the body is dropped, this is what is said here. See? So, for the waker, deep sleep is the moksha. Maybe it is temporary. Therefore, continuing further, Sava esha etasmin swapnante ratva charitva drushtaiva punyam ja papam ja punaha pratinyayam pratiyonyam dravati buddhantaya eva. Savai buddhanta swapnanta karmena samprasanna esha etasmin samprasade stitva tata punaha ishat प्रच्युतः स्वप्नान्ते रत्वा चरित्वा इत्यादि पुनः बुद्धौ अन्ता एव आवद्रवति. See, so this jiva, he is living and then he goes to sleep and there he becomes fresh and again he comes back from the deep sleep through the sapna again to the waking, and this is how he continues. Now, after having told this, so now the picture should be clear in our life. First of all, we are not body. We are the embodied. Now who is the embodied? The subtle body in which Paramatma is reflected as the Chidabhasa. Thereby, as the gross body is inert, the subtle body is also inert. But because of the reflection of the consciousness as Chidabhasa in the subtle body, it becomes enlivened. Now, this enlivened subtle body becomes identified with the gross body and he becomes the waker. The same way, this enlivened subtle body discards the identification with the gross body and goes to sleep. See, and all the experiences are happening in the subtle body. And in the subtle body, the experience is that of the deep sleep. So, in the deep sleep, even the limitation of the subtle body are also dropped. So, then what remains is only the prajna, prajnana ghana, only pure consciousness. And therefore, deep sleep is the Brahmananda. But it is temporary, it is not permanent there. Again, because of the earlier samskara, again the mind is agitated, sapna begins, then the waking, and in this way continues. Therefore, tad yathanaha susamahita समाहितम उत्सर्जत यायाद एवं एवं शारीर आत्मा प्राज्ञेन आत्मना अन्वारूढ़ उत्सर्जन जाति यत्र एतत् ऊर्ध्वश्वासी भवति. Now, like here example is given. If there is a bullock cart and it is carrying a lot of load, therefore that bullock cart is making a lot of noise. Karr, karr, here pain, there pain, and in this manner this old body also starts becoming a lot of painful experience in the old age. Therefore, this Prajnatma is also making a lot of noise at the time of leaving the body. Urdhva Shvaso means the one who is ready to leave the body, because now this vehicle in which he was riding is giving a lot of noise. Pain here, pain there, pain everywhere. See, we come across all the old people only with what common thing. The common thing is the pain is here, Swamiji, the knees are paining, the back is paining, and I don't know what I should do. This is the body. You cannot do anything about it. See? So, sa yatra animanam neti jaraya opatapata va animanam nigachati tad yathamram va audumbaram va pippalam va bandhanad pramuchate evam ayam purushaha angebhya ebhya angebhya sampramucha punaha pratinyayam pratiyunyadravati pranayaiva. Now, when this gross body has become very old, very thin, and old age has taken care, and all the diseases of the old age are there, and as a result, the body has become ripe enough to be dropped. See, example is given like the various trees, the fruits, like the mango, etc. When they become ripe, they are separated from the mother plant, mother tree. In the same manner, this body is separated from this Jivatma. See? And then what happens? Then the Jivatma, along with the prana and all the faculties, because where are all the faculties? They are in the subtle body. And what is subtle body? Subtle body is Vijnanamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha and Pranamaya Kosha. These three together. So this Vijnanamaya Kosha, Pranamaya and Manomaya Kosha, three together subtle body, they leave the gross body. If the gross body has started becoming old, it has become ripe, it will suddenly be dropped. Then what happens? Then he goes to another body, he moves from there. See, after telling all these things, I'll tell you the secret behind the whole thing. See, now thereafter, Bhagwan's commentary is also very good here. अच्छा, किमर्थम आयाति, why he goes, प्राणाय एव, प्राण व्यूहार्थ एव इत्यर्थः, सब प्राणा एव ही गच्छति. So why this subtle body of the jiva gives or goes away? Because for the life alone it goes. Then he goes along with the prana. Therefore pranaya is mentioned here. So one from one body to another body, he goes along with the pranamaya kosha, annamaya kosha, the pranamaya kosha, manomaya and vijnanamaya kosha. Karma phala bhogartha siddhi. So that he is now ready to go through and experience all the karma bhoga that he has done throughout his life. And therefore, this jiva goes, like Bhagavad Gita, if you remember, though this ममैवांशो जीवलोके जीवभूतः सनातनः मनश्षष्ठानि इन्द्रियाणि प्रकृतिस्थानि कर्षति तेन शरीरं यदवाप्नोति यच्चापुत्क्रामतीश्वरः गृहीत्वैतानि संयाति वायुर्गन्धानि वाशयात्. So the jiva carries all the faculties along with the prana, vayurgandha, ivashayat. From there, the whole impressions on the mind and everything, all the karma phala is carried away along with the prana by the jiva leaving from one body and he enters another body. See? Therefore, utkramantam stitam vapi bhunjanam va gunanvitam. And then he enters other body, and there also he becomes established. Then there also he goes through good and bad experiences, and again he does all the good and bad karma, and again the karma phala is created. And for the bhogi, for the experience of this karma phala, again he has to take the next life. This is the story. What Bhagavan says, Vimudhananu pashyanti pashyanti dhyana chakshusha. The ignorant people don't understand the import of this story. See? So important, my dear friends. Now we continue. How the jiva leaves the body. After this whole thing is over, then we'll delete it. But this has to be known before we delete. तत्र अस्ति इदं शरीरं परित्यज्य गच्छता नान्यस्य देहान्तरस्य उपादाने सामर्थ्यमस्ति देहेन्द्रिय वियोगात् न च अन्यस्य भृत्यस्थानीय गृहमिव राज्ञे शारीरान्तरं कृत्वा प्रतीक्षमाणा विद्यन्ते अथ एव सति कथमस्य शरीरान्तरो उपादानमिति. Here doubt is raised. When this Purusha, the Jiva, leaves this body, present body, and thereafter he has to go to other body. But he doesn't have that ability to create his own body for the next time. Therefore, when the sense organs and body are separated, then how it can happen? Yes, when a king goes from one house, one place to another place, his all servants are doing everything for him. But the Jiva is going alone. So how all these things are made? Who is making the body for him? See? Because when he is out of that, then he has no eyes, he has got a vision but there is no eyes. So without the eyes, the vision cannot express. Then how this happens? I don't think it is right. Uchyate, batate, listen. See. सर्वं ही अस्य जगत सर्व स्वकर्म फल भोग साधना साधनत्वाय उपात्तम स्वकर्म भोगाय कर्म फल भोगाय च अयम प्रवृत्ता देहा देहांतर प्रतिपित्सुः. Now remember this thing. When we are leading our life, we have done good and bad karma. The karma phala together is called as the blueprint for our next life. I'll give an example. When I go from one place to another place, see, like I'll be leaving Mumbai and I'll go to Melbourne. So before I go there, my place of stay where I will be staying, what I want, what I do not want, all that is known to my friends there is already there. I don't have to go and create any house because the blueprint is with them. Swamiji wants this, Swamiji doesn't want this. It's very clear. Exactly the same way. When the jiva lived in this body doing good and bad karma, as a result, the karma phala are ready. And what are the karma phala? The karma phala is, suppose one has only this eat, sleep and procreate. Ahara, nidra, bhaya, maithunancha. No contemplation, no study, no sadhana, no upasana, no yoga, no study of scriptures, no meditation, no nothing. Only leading life like an animal, although born as a human being. So that is the blueprint prepared by your own karma in the form of karma phala. Then what the Prakriti does? Prakriti know, okay, now he is coming, okay, let us prepare a house for him according to his need. And then a pig body is prepared, and this fellow goes and enters the pig body, and there ahara nidra bhaya maithunancha continues. See? Therefore, friend, it is very necessary that let our mind be all the time engaged in Lord's name. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Slowly, steadily, let each and every cell of our body be thrilled, vibrated by the Lord's name, whatever mantra you are doing. See? So when this body is dropped, we will be born according to another body which is suitable for the fulfillment of those remaining desires. Shuchinam Srimatam Gehe Yoga Vrashto Bijayate. Somebody had done a lot of yoga, etc. But still he had a lot of bhoga, bhoga, bhoga. I wish I want this, I wish I could enjoy that. See, friend, one thing I'll tell you, be attentive. One elderly Mahatma, he was having regrets in his mind that he did not study English. You know, sometime during the British rule, studying English was considered as a sin, particularly in the North India, UP, Bihar, Rajasthan, all that area. Therefore, they will study Sanskrit and Hindi. They will not study English. See? So this Mahatma being old, he did not study. As the time passed, then English became virtually the global language. Today also, if India is together only because of the English language. See? Otherwise, whatever was written by Mahatma Gandhi in Gujarati, will Pattabhi Sitara Maiya will be able to read and understand it? Will Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan know what Mahatma Gandhi has written? No. See, what Subhash Chandra Bose was telling, if it is in Bengali, do you think Mahatma Gandhi will understand? So we are all together because of this one common language, whichever way it has come to us. So Britishers gave us this language to divide Indians. But Indians are very smart. Because of this language, they became united. But those who are orthodox, they call it Nitya Vasha. Therefore, never have these wrong notions. See? So he was regretting. And his regrets were, I wish I had studied Bhagavad Gita also in English, I would have gone round the world and established Bhagavad Gita as the world scripture. Now this regret is in his mind. And with that he dies. See? Then he will be born in such a place where English is the mother tongue. And in that place also, he will continue his spiritual life. See? Therefore, we come across many places we go in the Western world. There are great Mahatmas. You may be knowing, there was a great Mahatma, his name was Shunyata. He was a young boy, probably from Denmark or Sweden. He was working as a gardener in the Royal Garden in London. And Rabindranath Tagore happened to see that boy. And he was attracted toward the young boy. And he, because he was with the royal family, a special status, so he brought that boy from UK to Shanti Niketan in Calcutta. And there he lived. After that, he went to Ramana Maharshi, and there he used to simply sit. Because Ramana Maharshi doesn't talk, he also doesn't talk. And after 3 days, then Ramana Maharshi told, yes, Shunyata. That was enough for him. He left from there and went to Pithoragarh in Himalayas. And there he lived for more than 50, 60 years. See? And he was called a Shunyata. Nothing, he simply be. And the villagers used to give him food and all that. That's it. No, nothing to talk, nowhere to go, nothing to do. Then the Americans found out and they took him to California, and he never wanted to go. He said, I have nothing to tell you. You won't get anything from me. Let me continue. He said, no. You are American, you have to come. We will take you. And they took him there. And one day when he was somewhere on the road walking, one car came, dashed him and finished. So, how this person born in such a different country is so much easily attracted towards this silence is because of this. See. Therefore, friends, at the time of death, all our faculties become important. See. Now here I will read Bhagavan Shankaracharya. सर्व ही अस्य जगतः स्वकर्म फलोपभोग साधनत्वाय उपात्तम स्वकर्म फल भोगाय च अयं प्रवृत्तः देहाद्देहात्तरं प्रतिपत्सु. So this whole Prakriti is ready for going, for preparing everything for the jiva so that he can go from one body to another body. तस्मात् सर्वमेव जगत स्वकर्मणा प्रयुक्तम तत्कर्म फल भोग योग्यम साधनम कृत्वा प्रतीक्षते एव. Therefore, this whole jagat, तस्मात् सर्वम जगत स्वकर्मणा प्रवृत्तम, everything around us is happening because of us. See, if you see your own house, if your house is clean, because of you. If your house is messy, dirty, it's because of you. Nobody is doing it. In the same manner, what birth we will have, whether we will be born healthy or unhealthy, whether we will be born with intelligence or dullness, whether we will be born as the abnormal children or normal children, whether we will be born in the poor jhoppadpatti or in the palace, this is all our own karma. Don't blame anybody for the miseries of your life. See, my friends. So, sadhanam krutva pratikshate eva. So, all these preparations are already made by the world, by the Prakriti. And they are waiting. When this jiva discards that body, then he comes, this is ready. See? So, प्रतीक्षते एव कृतम लोकम पुरुषः अभिजायते इति श्रुतेः. The Upanishad also says that these 5 great elements are already preparing the particular type of body required for the jiva to come, and so that he can go through the experiences. Yoga Shastra also says that karmashayaha, whatever are the karma samskar in our mind, they together are responsible for our next life. And in that life, ayu jati bhogaha, what will be the longevity, what will be the jati, whether you will be born as human being, animal, plant, etc., and how much will be the longevity. This is already predetermined according to the karma samskar. And therefore, iti loka prasiddha drishtanta uchyate. Now, the drishtanta example is given. We will read this now and see tomorrow. Tad yatha rajanam आयांतम उग्रः प्रत्येन सह सूत्रग्रामण्यः अन्यैः पानैः आवसथैः परिकल्पन्ते अयम् आयाति अयम् आगच्छति इति एवंविध सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिकल्पन्तः इदं ब्रह्म आयाति आगच्छति इति. The meaning and a wonderful story. Vimudha nanu pashyanti pashyanti jnana chakshusha. This you remember more than anything else. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.